In case you weren't aware, you probably did notice through the video that 2014 marks a very special year for HDI. It's our silver anniversary, 25 years. It all started back in 1989. In honor of this milestone, we have the privilege of having our founder here with us to say a few words about why it all started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ron Muns.
Thank you. This won't take long, just 25 years. I'm the pretty face to keep you in touch with your past and your culture. Dawn of the support age. 25 years ago, we were dealing with mainframes and network connectivity issues. PCs and local area networks were coming on strong, but the #1 calls to the help desk were about the mainframe networks. I have a directory in back, actually. If anybody wants to see, it was January of 1990, and we had about 1,000 members after the first year. And in the directory, we summarized the configurations they had and the type of problems that they got. It's pretty interesting to look back on it. But a lot of the Fortune, probably half or more of the Fortune 500 are probably in it. So let me know. August of 1988, we did a series of roundtables on help desk problem management for experienced personnel only. You had to have 2 years of experience, you had to bring sample documents, and we had 2 stamps, eyes only or willing to share. We did a 4-city tour, and at the end of the 4-city tour, we published the first guide to help desk problem management. That became a repetitive theme as we formed the Institute. At that time, it was not the Institute, it was just something that we did because we were doing some research. The break on day 2, 10 o'clock, Chicago, Michigan Avenue, Marriott, about 4 or 5 people come up to me like they'd huddled over here, and they said, "Ron, would you help us network on a national basis?" I said, "I don't know, maybe." I'm the past president of the EDP Auditors Association in Dallas at Fort Worth and the Planning Executives Institute. So you guys in the local chapter, I lived that life for a long time, so when they asked the question, I knew what the answer was. Later that year, we responded, and in January 1990, we launched the Help Desk Institute. Our first newsletter, which was flashed up earlier, I have in my hands, the questions we had is, by call type, what sort of incidents you get, and I sort of gave you the answer. The hardware we asked about, do you have Amdahl, Data General, DEC, IBM, and so forth. That was the level we were at, and it was pretty much no desk or a helpless desk. So we evolved since then, and I'm not going to say a lot because I don't have a lot of time, but think about karma. Think about karma for your lives individually, for people and technology. Maybe technology doesn't have karma, but it feels like it. Over the years, there's a number of people that have contributed a lot to the association, but they've gotten more. There's a lot of people and organizations that have applied for awards. Some got them, some didn't. I would bet you that every single winner of the Help Desk Analyst of the Year or the manager or whatnot is much better off career-wise than they were before they got it. Would you guys agree with that? You know some examples? One of my most fun meetings was with, it wasn't going into it, but it was going out of it, was for the company that did not win the Company of the Year award, and they thought they should have. And after it turned out, they came in second, and they said, "Well, Ron, really, it was the greatest thing we ever did. It got us all focused, it got us through a bad time, and we're a much better organization." So if you've ever thought about going for one of these awards, do it. If you ever thought about getting on a board, do it. If you ever thought about being active in a local chapter, do it. If you ever thought about bringing in new members, do it. You will get rewards. It's just, that's karma. And I think a number of companies, the outstanding companies today, are those that contribute back to the organization. Just 2 more quick things, and I'm out of here. Good times, the parties. So I have to tell you one party story. New Orleans, a long time ago, my party planner said, "Ron, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and we could do this, we could do that. What do you think?" I said, "That's great. said, what do you mean great? Which one do you want to do? I said, I want to do all of them. And when I sent out an email to 200 or 300 people just saying any thoughts on this, this was the #1 comment back, that they would never forget the high school marching band that came out in the middle of the Mardi Gras party, which was happening during Mardi Gras week, and they marched around the party room, and almost everybody in the party followed behind them for quite a while. Anybody in that party line? Probably a few of you. Yeah, I see a few hands. It was a great time. And then the last thing is we all have an impact. It's not just locally, it's globally. We started off doing stuff in Australia. They've had conferences and training ever since. We have partners in Brazil who in a few weeks is going to have a conference of 1,300 people or something. Japan's got a conference coming up with 700 or 800 people. Egypt, I got a comment back from a friend there that said because of some of the connections we started there, in the midst of all the stuff going on in Egypt, they've created thousands of jobs. That one really felt good. And Europe is obviously very advanced with the UK leading that, but all around the world, we've all had an impact. And so don't ask what you can get, ask what you can give, and then enjoy the ride. Thank you very much. Thank you, buddy. Come here.
About 12 years ago, maybe 14 years ago, at my very first conference, I had no idea when I met this man. I didn't understand this. I didn't get it. I didn't know. I didn't know I'd come again. I didn't know. I didn't know how much it would change my life. So when Ron Muns stands up here and says, and he has 5 minutes to talk about 25 years, and 4 guys huddled, 4 guys came together and said, hey, can you help us start something? And then that something goes into something that's today a couple thousand people, and last year a couple thousand people, and you start putting all that together, and you talk about Brazil, and you talk about Japan, and you talk about... I stand next to Ron Muns, and years ago I sat next to him on a bench pretending to be Forrest Gump, and I just, you know, and I stand next to you, and the man that stands before us has affected literally tens of thousands of IT professionals' lives. He's blessed their career path, he's blessed their lives, he's blessed their families. Can we please celebrate Ron Muns?
Thank you. Love you, man.
Thank you, too.